It's a morning like any other. You wake up, no pain, no bruises, no injuries. But as you bend down to tie your shoes or stand up from your usual chair in the corner of the living room, something slows you down, a heavy feeling, as if someone had quietly placed a backpack full of sand on your feet while you slept. You pause. Am I always this slow? It's not normal aging. It's not a clear sign that warrants a trip to the doctor. But it seems like every day something is taking away the lightness, the flexibility you once had. And the scary thing is, it doesn't make a sound. It doesn't give you warning. It's only when a once simple action becomes difficult, like climbing a flight of stairs or standing while getting dressed, that you realize your body is changing. But it's not just you. Millions of people over 50 are experiencing the same thing, a silent but very real process. The gradual loss of muscle mass, strength, and stability that used to be obvious. This is not a matter of getting old and getting weak. This is something with a specific name, sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss. You may not have heard of this name, but you have and are feeling its consequences. And if you don't realize it early, seemingly simple things like walking, carrying things, or even getting out of bed can become a struggle. The thing is, this process can start with the smallest things. A familiar breakfast, a seemingly harmless dish, a glass of juice that you believe is helping you get healthier. But the truth is different. A truth that today we will peel together to understand, to prevent, and most importantly, to change. Stay, because the next few minutes could be pivotal. Not just in your health, but in how you live, how you maintain the independence, freedom, and power you so rightly deserve. There are some things in your body that don't come as a shock. They don't knock on your door. They don't give you warning. They just start quietly, and day by day, month by month, they silently change the way you feel about yourself. Sarcopenia is one of those things. Sarcopenia, or age-related muscle loss, is not a rare disease. In fact, after age 50, our bodies start to lose about 1 to 2% of their muscle mass each year. That means, over a decade, you can lose up to 20% of your core strength without even realizing it. Unlike gray hair or wrinkles, which are obvious, muscle loss is subtle. At first, you just feel a little weaker. Walking longer is tiring. Carrying a shopping bag makes your hands shake. Climbing stairs suddenly stop. Then these changes accumulate, turning you from an active person into someone who has to watch every step. Sarcopenia is more than just muscle loss. As muscles weaken, balance declines, and the risk of falling increases. Wound healing slows, immunity weakens, and most of all, the feeling of losing control over your own body. But the most dangerous thing is how silent it is. Because you still eat normally, still move around, still think everything is just a little tired, until it's too late. But the good news is, sarcopenia is preventable. It can be slowed, it can be reversed, and it starts not in the doctor's office or the hospital, but right in your own kitchen, where the smallest, unnoticed choices can become the cause of that silent decline. And that's where you can start your journey to recovery. White bread and refined carbs, comfort at the cost of power. You sit down at the breakfast table, slice a soft loaf of bread, lightly toast it, spread it with butter or jam, and sip your coffee, a simple, familiar ritual for decades. But as soon as that slice of bread touches your body, a series of chemical reactions begin insidiously. White bread, pasta, cookies, cakes, they are all refined carbs. During processing, the outer layer and germ of the grain are stripped away, taking the fiber, vitamins, and minerals with them. What remains are empty carbohydrates, which are quickly absorbed and turn into blood sugar in just a few minutes. With each meal, your blood sugar spikes, then plummets. Your body produces insulin to control it. But over and over again, your body begins to resist insulin. And this process causes chronic inflammation. Inflammation is the worst environment for muscles. It destroys muscle fibers, disrupts protein synthesis, and weakens muscles even when you eat enough. Worse, high insulin also prevents protein, even if you eat a lot of eggs, fish, and meat, from being properly absorbed into the muscles. You think you are nourishing, but in fact you are feeding fat, not muscle. The solution is not complicated. Replace white bread with whole wheat bread, oats, or sprouted grains. Switch from white pasta to whole grain pasta, lentil pasta, or chickpea pasta. Each of these choices is a step to protect muscles from wordless fatigue. 2. Juice, the deceptive sweetness of familiar oranges. Early in the morning, with the sun shining, you pour a glass of fresh orange juice, a seemingly healthy habit, praised for years. Vitamin C, pleasant taste, refreshing feeling. But behind that sweet shell is a sophisticated sugar trap. When you juice an orange, you remove the most valuable part, the fiber. Without the fiber, the sugar in orange juice, mainly fructose, is absorbed very quickly. The liver has to process that sugar in a short time. If there is too much, the liver turns it into fat, leading to non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, a trigger for chronic inflammation. Inflammation weakens muscles. But that's not the worst part. Fructose doesn't signal satiety. You can drink a glass of orange juice containing the sugar equivalent of 3 to 4 oranges, more than double what you could actually eat. The result? Sugar spikes, insulin spikes, and muscle starvation. Eat the whole orange instead. Or better yet, blend a smoothie with the skin on, like blueberries, strawberries, or orange banana, combined with chia seeds. For something lighter, opt for a glass of warm water with a few slices of lemon and ginger. You'll feel refreshed without overloading your body. 3. Processed meats. When ham becomes a burden on muscles, you open the fridge, grab a few slices of cold cuts, roll them in bread, or throw some sausages on the pan. Fast, convenient, protein-rich. It seems like a reasonable choice, but that convenience may be the price your muscles are paying every day. Hot dogs, cold cuts, sausages, salami, all processed meats. They contain nitrites, nitrates, preservatives that help maintain color, smell, and shelf life. But in the body, they create free radicals, causing oxidative stress, destroying muscle cells and slowing down the regeneration process. Not stopping there, they contain high levels of salt, causing muscle cell dehydration, making muscles unable to contract effectively. Dry muscles are like brittle rubber bands, easily torn, weak, and unable to recover quickly. And although they sound like protein, most processed meats are full of fillers, cornstarch, modified starch, saturated fat, low-quality protein, poor biological value, not enough to nourish muscles. Replace with grilled lean meat, boiled chicken breast, boiled eggs, pan-fried salmon, or stewed lentils. Just a simple meal from real ingredients can bring muscle nourishment far beyond a ham sandwich. Raw spinach, superfood, if used incorrectly, can be counterproductive. Spinach, also known as spinach, has long been considered a symbol of strength, but few people know that eating it raw, regularly and in large quantities, can be counterproductive. Spinach contains oxalate, a natural substance that can combine with calcium and magnesium in the intestine, forming insoluble compounds, making it impossible for the body to absorb these two important minerals. Calcium and magnesium are key factors for muscle activity, muscle contraction, maintaining tone, and recovery from fatigue. When lacking, you are prone to cramps, weakness, slow recovery, and feel exhausted after small movement. Not only that, oxalates can also build up, forming kidney stones, and when the kidneys are weak, the mineral regulation process is disrupted, leading to imbalances throughout the body. The fix is simple. Don't eat raw spinach every day. Instead, steam or lightly boil it, discarding the water. Rotate your greens with kale, lettuce, sprouts, or steamed broccoli. And if you like smoothies, choose low oxalate vegetables, like arugula or romaine. Coffee, morning friend, recovery thief. The first cup of coffee of the day. For many people, it is an indispensable ritual. It wakes up the mind, starts the day, but if you're not careful, it is also stealing your muscles' ability to regenerate without you knowing it. Caffeine is a diuretic. Every time you drink it, you lose water, and with it, minerals like calcium and magnesium. This deficiency makes your muscles work less efficiently, prone to cramps and weakness. Worse, caffeine also stimulates cortisol, the stress hormone. Long-term high cortisol will break down muscle, turning muscle protein into energy to fight danger, even though you are actually just sitting and drinking coffee. Coffee also affects deep sleep, the time when the body recovers and repairs muscles. You may sleep, but poor sleep quality prevents muscles from being fully regenerated, making you more tired and weaker the next morning. Adjust your habits. Drink a maximum of 1 to 2 cups in the morning after eating. Do not drink after 2 p.m. Instead, choose green tea or herbal tea. And if you still like the strong taste, Try decaf coffee or replace it with pure cocoa. With nut milk, your body will thank you for each of those choices. We often think that getting weaker with age is inevitable, that after a certain age, pain, slowness, and loss of strength are acceptable. But if you look closely, you will see people in their 60s, 70s, even 80s, still climbing mountains, still cycling, still lifting light weights, and living energetic lives. They are no different than you. They are different in one way. They refuse to let time dictate their health. They understand an important truth, that not many people are told getting weaker is not an inevitable consequence of aging. It is the result of choices, repeated every day. Muscle loss does not happen overnight. It is a series of poor meals. It is dozens of glasses of orange juice that seem healthy. It is choosing cold cuts over real meat. It is dinners of white pasta and cookies. It is being sedentary without a recovery regimen. And if weakness is a result of choices, the opposite is also true. Strength can be restored. Whether you are 60, 70, or beyond, your body is listen. Muscle can still grow. As long as you provide the right ingredients, the right environment, and enough determination. You don't need a fancy gym. You don't need an expensive diet. Just start with small but consistent changes. A whole wheat sandwich instead of white. A boiled egg instead of sausage. A cup of ginger tea instead of afternoon coffee. Age is a number, but strength is a choice. And today you can choose again. To maintain and restore muscle mass, you don't need elaborate menus or luxury foods. The important thing is the right choice, adequate nutrition, and smart combination in each meal. Think of each meal as an opportunity to nourish the body, to restore lost strength. First, remember, muscles need three main elements: high-quality protein, essential minerals such as calcium, magnesium, potassium, and good fats to support absorption. In addition, fiber and antioxidants from vegetables help reduce inflammation. Optimal conditions for muscle recovery. Here is a sample menu suggestion for people over 50. Simple, friendly to the digestive system, and effective in supporting muscle growth. Breakfast: 2 boiled eggs or lightly fried eggs, 1 slice of whole wheat bread or cooked oats, 1 smoothie made from banana, blueberries, seeds, green tea, or warm water with ginger. Lunch: 1 portion of grilled chicken breast or pan-fried salmon, 1 bowl of boiled vegetables, bok choy, broccoli, carrots, 1/2 cup of brown rice or steamed sweet potatoes, 1 tablespoon of olive oil or a few slices of avocado. Snack: 1 handful of almonds or walnuts, 1 apple with the skin. Dinner: lentil soup with vegetables and a little quinoa, salad of lettuce, tomatoes, cucumber, roasted sesame oil, herbal tea or warm water with lemon. These dishes are not only easy to make, but also help you maintain muscle mass, reduced inflammation, and stable blood sugar levels, 3 key elements in the fight against the silent decline of aging. The key is not to eat elaborately, but to eat with intention. And you can start right from the next meal. Stop and think, how many of the foods you eat every day are actually feeding your strength? And how many of them are quietly taking away the strength and resilience you once had? The great thing is, you don't need to turn back the clock. You just need to choose again, starting today. Strength isn't about age. It's about the little decisions, the meals, the steps you take to care for yourself. And if this video has helped you see more clearly, understand more deeply, please share it with someone you love. Because we're not just living longer, we deserve to live stronger.